as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You talk about this Bengals defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Early down steps will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing now is Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's got another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Bengals' 42. Throwing is Rodgers. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's now 2nd and 10. On the run, it's Dowdle. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And Diggs has it. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Yeah, they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. The Bengals at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Oh, and that is incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. You look at the Steeler defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout.
11.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
11.
Now Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Now Rodgers. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here now, 2nd and 4. A running play, it's Dowdle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They run again with Dowdle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On play action. Now Rodgers. Eyes the crossing route and he finds Pittman. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. in good position, 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Kendall Fuller, boy, no problems for him on that play defensively. Really nice tackle for loss. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there at 22.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. To return it, Alvin Kamara. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. A big gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
11 Thomas.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. He'll try to do it himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
12.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. That'll give him 8 that time. And he'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup.
Burrow will throw. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bengals, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Gun.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, Parker. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side taken in by Washington. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
20, 18.
Rodgers going to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf there to make the grab. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good to make it 17-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they will play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Patrick Queen able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here we go.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A 10-point game. 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Kamara now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays and send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give, left side, Brown with it. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
At the 40-yard line.
Burrow on play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. 11.
Now it's Burrow. Now he's going to step up and run. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
To throw is Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Darnell Washington, 36 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Right back to Brown. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way.
68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's good for a Steelers first down. It's a gain of 6.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
First down.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
That's another Steelers first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Steelers first down. First and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now is Rodgers. Washington's got it. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
They run here with Gallup. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock...
And he's in! Touchdown, Pittsburgh! His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
180.
Now it's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
11.
Now Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow Looking to pass. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll indeed take a knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were